Hello friends, I spent 9 hard months building my favorite shape to date, and now I've spent the last 9 months just enjoying the fruits of my labor. I completed my physique goals I set out to achieve, and now I'm just living them, like truly living in my goal shape, like non-restrictive date nights, girls trips in bikinis, strutting around in my new outfits, working out in the sports bra. And yes, it feels awesome to feel confident in your shape, but it feels even better doing it while being well fed. I'm talking 2,000 calories a day at my maintenance, with enough fuel to hit PRs in the gym, have enough flexibility with food so I don't have to micromanage my calories. And the best is the feeling of not having this on my to-do list anymore, but just to be able to enjoy what I've achieved. I put in the hard work, and now I'm just coasting for as long as I want until I have my next goal. In this week's episode, I'm breaking down how I did this and how you can achieve this too. Let's get into it. And actually, I have a quick announcement that ties perfectly into this. So I've really been focused on behind the scenes work a lot in the past 9 months. I've realized because I've had more time, energy, and mental space to do so, as my priorities with nutrition and training are kind of on maintenance mode. And so I have the extra time and energy to pour more into my clients and behind the scenes work. And I've realized that's caused some confusion with what I've been sharing publicly. So I have 3 important updates just to kind of clear things up and so everyone knows what's going on with Create Your Shape. So the first update is the next Create Your Shape class starts on March 23rd. So that is in a handful of weeks, and it really is the perfect time to kind of work on everything in spring to kind of reveal your new shape come summer. So the timing is really strategic. And when you sign up, you'll automatically receive the foundational guidelines to start implementing with your nutrition. And you'll also get instructions onto how to complete your blood work and your DEXA scan. So that way I have all that information as soon as we get started. All right, so the link for that is in the show notes. Now, the second update I have is that there is a bonus. When you sign up for Create Your Shape by February 29th, you'll receive 2 bonuses. The first is the Create Your Shape training program to get started on right away. So that way you can get going weeks before we even get started in the program. The second bonus is when you sign up by February 29th as well, you will get a one-on-one training and nutrition jump-off call with me the first week of March. So it kind of is like a bonus month and more like one-on-one time to just get started right away and get the foundations and maybe fine tune some things so you can start making progress immediately. So that is also the link in the show notes for Create Your Shape to get signed up is all there. However, I have had a lot of people reach out and say they have questions, or maybe they're they want to clarify something in the program or make sure it's the right fit for them. And so the third update is I am offering consultation calls for Create Your Shape. If you are considering joining the March class but just want to clarify some things, on this call, there is no pressure to join. It really is about confirming your goals and confirming what it will actually take to achieve those in the timeline, and making sure that Create Your Shape is the best fit for you. And if it's not, I will let you know as well. But if it is, then I'll answer all of your questions and then you can decide if it makes sense for you. All right, so that is also in the show notes if you want to schedule a consultation call with me. All right, with that, let's get back to enjoying the fruits of my labor. So I feel like this is what life is like on the other side. So this stemmed from a story that I posted the other week where I was just expressing oh, I am wearing all my favorite outfits and wearing all my favorite gym fits and just getting ready and feeling oh my gosh, this is how I wanted to look and now I look at, oh great, this is fun. And then being able to shopping and putting things on where I'm oh, I got a new bikini because I'm okay, well, I feel like I look great in this. And obviously that can happen at any time, but it's almost a perspective of oh, I accomplished that goal and now I get to enjoy it. My physique represents who I am. I feel I'm a hard worker. I'm someone who's fit. I have muscle definition, but I'm in control of my food. I feel I look healthy and fit, and it just represents who I am at my core. And that is such a good feeling. And I remember visualizing my goal or seeing other people who had the like shoulder caps, or, oh, I know I want my glutes to be like this, or my legs and my leanness to be like this. And I remember like visualizing it and being like, oh yeah, she looks fit, she looks healthy, but she looks like a full, like curvy person who is lean, but like fit and feminine. I remember visualizing that. And now to feel like, oh yeah, like I'm there. But even like my husband the other week like took a video of me. It was like playing with a cat, and of course, and I remember like him showing me the video and me being like, oh, look at my light definition in this. And I remember thinking, oh, I want to be able to look good from every angle. That's what I was like, a certain look from every angle. And to see that like random video he took, and then to see that, I'm like, oh, accomplished. And like even like going on a girls trip and just like playing paddle on the beach where I'm like in a little bikini, like jumping around, there's tons of people around, and I'm like, yeah, this is like a badass shape that I'm like carrying with me. And it just feels like really proud to do that. And I know some people are thinking, okay, well that's like you, good for you. But I'm like, no. It's more so like I had a vision of what I wanted my shape to look like, and then I achieved it. It's not that I was like born with this, and it's also not everyone's goal. Like my physique isn't everyone's goal. It's more of like my personal goal that I achieved. And like, yes, there's the look to it, but it's also just like how it feels. I feel like, oh, I've accomplished a goal. Now I just have no pressure on like my shape, or like any like negative talk, or anything that's like, oh my gosh, that's on the to-do list to achieve. It just feels like, you know, when you have a to-do list that you like write down for your day and then you cross it off, and it's just like, oh, that's what it feels like. It's just been crossed off, and I'm just like relieved, but also just in the like, yeah, accomplished feeling. And kind of like I mentioned, like now I'm spending that like mental energy and prioritizing other things in my life. Like currently right now for me, it's my business, which just feels good to feel like, oh, I'm not dropping either one, that I've just have chosen to prioritize one because the other one's in like maintenance mode now. A perfect example would be like applying for a new job. Like applying for a new job, especially at the level that like you guys are at, it's intense, you know, it's intense. You've got to like really spend a lot of time and energy, like working towards it, and extra thought and extra mental energy, while kind of like not fully enjoying where you are. And it feels like I applied for the job and then I worked really hard to like get the job, and then I got the job. That's the best like analogy I could use, because I know we've all experienced that, like when you just feel like proud and accomplished. And I will say the final thing that makes me really happy is being able to maintain it. Like just feeling routined and systemized. Like it's just like my everyday. Like today's Friday. Earlier, I mapped out my plan for next week. I chose my meals. They are so good. I'm doing like a bolognese lunch and then like a taco dinner. But anyway, I'm like excited about my meals for next week, and it's already like planned, done, and I know it like supports my maintenance goals. And so it's just like a good spot to be, that I know, okay, I'm just maintaining it and I'm eating enough while I'm doing it. So I'm like, no, I'm supporting vitality and overall health and hormones and feeling like energized and having the space to like truly live. Like when Aaron and I are like, oh, let's go on coffee. Like I put honey in my coffee. It's like, yeah, I know how to do that. And I know I have got the room for it. And like going out to eat, like my friends tonight were like, oh, hey, we're meeting for like this restaurant as like a celebration before this person leaves. And then tomorrow my friend was like, oh, do we want to go and get froyo? Let's all meet up. And I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I can do both. And I'm not saying that it means like I'm eating whatever I want and you can eat pizza every night and maintain it. Like that's not what I'm saying. I hope you guys like understand that. Like I take care of my body. I eat well, but I know how to do that. I know how to do that while including these other factors. So it feels good to like really live my goal. And the point is not to be like, oh, brag about it. But the point is to show you like be an example of that this is possible. And it's not just me. Like, I have so many clients that I work with that they're like, okay, great. Like, I'm going to go just maintain now. Like, I feel good maintaining. I'm happy where I'm at. And I'm like, yes, this is so good. This is like exactly the feeling I want people to be able to have. And of course, I will say, most of my ladies in me, we're always going to have new goals. So I don't plan to just maintain forever. Typically, it's like, I don't know, a couple of months, handful of months, and then you're like, okay, now what's my next goal? But I do think there's a time where you're just like, I've achieved it. But then you can build off of that. And that's how people like always continue to like create these compounding results. However, right now I'm in the enjoyment phase. So that's where I'm at now. And I want everyone to get to this point. But so many are just like trying so hard, but they are spinning their wheels. They are doing everything. Like, they're like, oh, if I want to achieve this, then I need to be doing more. I need to be adding workouts. I need to like restrict more. I need to like eat cleaner. I need to not miss this. I like need to do more. I get it, because that used to be me for sure back in the day. And so then like they're constantly just like starting over, where they're like, okay, ooh, I'm on top of it, but it's like feels so overwhelming that then they're off for like, you know, a week or even a night or even a weekend. And then they're like, okay, I'm back on. Or even for like, okay, months at a time, like I'm putting this effort in, but they're just like spinning and not really getting anywhere and feeling like it's not working, or I'm plateauing, or they honestly just don't know what to do. They're still doing things that they've heard over the past like 10, 20 years, and they're just trying to like piece it together. Like, okay, well, I should have protein, right? I should get steps in. I should track macros. And so it's kind of like this hodgepodge of just like random tips that they're trying to do all at once that they like can't really fit in their day in addition to everything else they do. And then they feel super overwhelmed, but also they feel like defeated because they're like, I'm never going to get there. I just need to try harder. And it's just frustrating because they feel like they're already working so hard. And if they even like miss a step on their like plan, then they feel like, oh my gosh, I just need to be more stricter. I need more like accountability. And it's just taking up so much brain space. And so this is where I see like where a lot of ladies get stuck. But the reason all of this happens is just because they are missing a strategy. They've never been taught how building muscle or decreasing body fat works. And they've never been taught like the strategy for ladies who lift weights. They have maybe just like vague tips, or they have like, oh, eat more or eat less, move more. That doesn't apply to them. Or they see like extremes like for bodybuilders, but they've never been like taught, oh, there's a strategy for building muscle and decreasing body fat. And there's a strategy to build muscle, and there's a starting point and an ending point, and then you can maintain that muscle. And then there is a strategy for decreasing body fat. There's a starting point and an ending point, and then you can maintain that body fat loss. So you don't have to do everything all the time, and you don't have to do it forever. What I like to frame it as, you get in, you get the job done, and you get out. Then you can maintain it, and or you can build off of it, and then you can have new goals, right? But the best analogy, I heard this the other day, is comparing it to day trading versus long-term investing. So many are getting stuck day trading, where every day they're like on edge, stressed. It's like a full-time job where they're like going like high, and then they're going low, and then they're trying this and they're trying that, and then they're off, and then they're on, and then they're winning, then they're losing. And it's like they're just stuck in that vicious cycle, versus having a long-term investment that they know will get them the results. They just have to really lean on a strategy and chill and know that it works, versus day trading. Day trading versus long-term investing. That's really the difference for people who have achieved the goal and can enjoy it, like long-term investing, or who are still stuck in like the vicious cycle and feeling like they're never getting there. Okay, so here's the strategy that I implemented that you can implement too. So I say 9 months because 9 months was like the overall thing, but I had 3 months recomping where I was just getting back to my baseline after I focused on some like health things that I was doing. So that was the first 3 months, getting back to my baseline. Then I had 3 months in a build phase. So I built 6 pounds. I built 6 pounds of muscle total, like in this time frame, which is a lot of muscle. Like you can for sure see the difference just in muscle mass. Then after that, I spent 9 weeks and I decreased 9 pounds. And so 9 weeks roughly, it's like more so like 2 months, but like 2 to 3 months. So 9 weeks, 9 pounds. And that is a huge shape change on me. I think that's like 7% decrease in weight, which is pretty drastic. And so between the build of 6 pounds and the decrease of 9 pounds, like that is a really, really good change. And so that was what, like, that's the time frame. That's what I did. I just separated the goals out. I find that that is, from a scientific perspective, that's just going to be more efficient with your time, especially with the ladies that I work with. And so now that's what I achieved. Now I'm just maintaining it. And so like, this is where it's like, oh, this is actually like a calmer, easier, and more structured than I thought it could be. This is when, like, okay, you plan ahead to know when you're in what phase and what you should be accomplishing then in the time frame, and then you get in, you get the job done, and then you get out. And then when you get out, you can maintain it where you can go on the vacation and be in the bikini and feeling like your shape represents the hard work, or even like being at the gym and wearing your outfit and getting the compliments. My favorite is when like my ladies have check-ins and they're like, got another compliment this week. Somebody came up to the gym and said this. And I'm like, yep, again. Oh, another compliment again. It's like so fun to be in that place where you're living your shape and it represents who you are. And you know how to maintain it with going out to dinner, how you look in photos, getting dressed in the morning, or going out shopping and being like, yep, I'm wearing like my favorite clothes that look great on me, and knowing that you can manage it during a busy season at work, when you have other priorities come up in your life with your kids or with work, or like just different seasons in your life. So you can live this badass shape. And my main point here is that there's a time to change your shape and there's a time to maintain it. Generally, then you're always going to have new goals. I get that. But also, you want to make sure that you're like enjoying the fruits of your labor. But being able to get there, to get to that point, it doesn't mean like just spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels. There's this strategy to get there. And I want everyone to have this. I was on a call earlier with the Create Your Shape ladies, and one of my clients, Melissa, she was saying like, that this was where she was also at, where she was like, I was like just plateauing. I was like trying so hard. I was doing all these things and it just felt like never ending. And she's like, then when I saw that there was an actual strategy to this, a strategy where there's like time frames and there's specific science behind it, I'm like, yes, this is what I want to know. And so now she's starting her deficit phase next week, and she's like so excited about it because she's starting at a much higher intake, but then understands exactly how it'll work, exactly what she needs to do to get the exact changes. And she just feels like confident going into it. So I'm like, yes, this is what I want for everyone. So if you want this too, you can join us in Create Your Shape. We start March 23rd, but now is the time to join us. If you're listening to this the week of, then you get the bonus of the Create Your Shape training program early, and you get a one-on-one call with me when you sign up by February 29th. And then we get started, for everyone else too, we get started on March 23rd. I'll see you in there, and I'll see you next week on the Create Your Shape podcast.